Yeah. Raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego. We pass it round, hot potato. Everything is nuevo. I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso. Need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes Lord, I'm thankful. Another day on my schedule. Steady blocking the devil. I tell a hater, God bless you. Cherish moments that special. You gotta keep the moment.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the All on Display podcast. EP3, man.
Let's get it
in here. We're gonna call this one "Nobody Wins When the Family Feuds." Before we get into all that, Killer, man, talk to us about your week. How you doing, man? How you feeling? Talk to the people.
I had a great week. It was a pretty solid, productive week as always. Definitely seeking some new ventures going into March. So, I got some great work in. Coached a lot this week. So, definitely just ready for the month of March.
Talk to me more about this coaching thing. I follow you on social media, and it seems
so
like it's coming like second nature to you.
Yeah, most definitely. So I'm a personal trainer / coach at BFit 60 in Newton Highlands. So first class is always free if you want to come by. 35 Lincoln Street.
You already know.
Make the smart decision.
But yeah, honestly, I've been coaching there. Well, I've been coaching there since February. I actually just got assigned to Friday night classes. So if you want to take classes on Friday night, 4:30 to 6 p.m., you're gonna definitely have.
You heard it here first on the All on Display podcast.
Make a move. Don't just sit there.
Talk to him.
The programming is great. So
Facts.
most definitely,
I love it.
yeah, if you definitely want like a new workout program for sure, definitely stop by 35 Lincoln Street, Newton Highlands. Come get that work in.
Let's do it.
First class free.
Seb, talk to us, man. How's your week going, dog?
Week was really good. It was mostly a chill week, but I do the same thing every single day. So trading wise, I told y'all last week that it was a potential 3,500 win. Didn't work out because I wasn't patient enough. The trade played out exactly how I said it was gonna do, but gotta slow down and take my time sometimes. But I still came out with 1,500, which is a great run from where I started. So I'm just keep pushing forward. Going to the gym. You know what I'm saying. Doing my thing. But it was a good week.
I just want to put on record. Devin was on time today. He was on time. Today he valued time. So
I'm getting better.
Getting better.
Usually I would take my nap. If I took a nap,
right?
I definitely.
It'd have been over.
Yeah, it would have been over. It would have been a wrap.
For real. But no, my week was good, man. I'm really excited about this podcast. I'm excited for just a fellowship with you guys. But before we get into all that, honestly, man, I'm gonna be a little real. At first, I just want to say thank you to both of y'all. Actually, thank you to everybody in this room. Marvin,
appreciate you,
wife
Marvin.
Corey, and
Absolutely.
the reason why
Appreciate
I'm saying
you,
thank
bro.
you is because Devin knows this. This all started out as a just an idea of mine. Devin had come over one time over the crib. He was like, "Yo," I was like, Dev, we should start a little podcast, And then Devin, like always.
Yeah, most of the time I just be chatting.
Right. No, but Devin always is willing to support, my dreams and all that. And he's, like I said in the last episode, very big hearted, very just willing to support and do whatever it is you gotta do. But then having man Killer tap in along with us, I gave him the same idea. At first he said no, but this is the part I appreciate about Killer. He said no, but then came back and said yes, and was like, "Yo, I really want to start. I just want to stretch out more of my capabilities and my abilities out there. Even if it's not in my comfort zone, I want to be able to, just tap into what you got." And I appreciate.
Yeah, I
both
just
of you
wanted
guys.
to just be able to kind of just share my perspective a little bit more
Right,
on
right.
Certain ideas and certain views and situations that are going on. So I definitely want to have just like all platforms, be able to put out my word on as many platforms as I can. So
yeah. So I just want to say like that, and of course Marvin, just taking the time and just coming here, you got the whole setup, all Cayo Productionz in the background.
Cayo Productionz.
So, but before we start, I just want to say this: I do not. Oh, my fault. The wife, Corey, lovely lady, love her to death. That's gang right there. She's always supporting me. Thank you for supporting me, wife. I love you. But I do not take that for granted. Every single one of y'all, all four of y'all, I appreciate y'all for real, man. Just being here, sewing into me. I mean, I consider both of you guys, all four of us, as creators and I love you guys' just mind and y'all mindset, and I just love that we're
Appreciate you, bro.
You know, so I can't go without saying that.
Appreciate you, dog. You already know.
Thanks.
So
we're gonna rock out.
Yeah, man. So
We just getting started, man. We just getting started.
Let's talk about our goals for this year. What are like some like very like short term, long term, whatever you want to call it, goals that you have for this year specifically? Like, I guess Seb, you can go first. Like, what's the goal?
Short term goals.
Yep, 2022.
I would just say just keep working. You know, just like keep doing what I'm doing. Like, cause I'm a trader, so keep staying consistent and staying focused, and then just keep putting in the work.
Right.
For a short-term goal, but a long-term goal, definitely trying to continue staying consistent. I'm gonna definitely join the Carpenters Union to get more income. Basically like a wood.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like you know, carpentry. So
yeah.
I was in the local 4 operators union before, so branching out and on to better things and how my journey is. So carpentry I feel like is a better tool to learn a skill in, to actually because I feel like hands-on would actually being able to build is a lot more different than actually if you're operating. So
right.
I feel like it's a better skill. So for a long-term goal, get into the union and then just go from there. But my biggest goal is just trading, continue trading, just staying consistent, staying focused, and just mastering that craft, because that is like what I want. Out of everything that I've been doing, that is what I want.
Well, hey, I support you, bro. You know, that goes without being said. I always support you on that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Killer, what's your goal for this year, man?
So most definitely learning marketing, trying to really crack down and master marketing for sure. Okay. With my brand, Wellbeing Athletics, I feel like that's definitely one area that I've kind of been like lacking in for like the last few months, but only because like I haven't had like the proper like knowledge and like proper strategy to really execute on proper marketing.
Right.
So definitely trying to just look into like some more courses, some more books, just talk to people that are pretty good in that area of marketing, so that way it can really help push the brand. And then also, one of the biggest things that's going on right now is popping, NFTs. Like I said, by the end of this year, I want at least one or two NFTs. That
still don't make sense to me, but after like learning a little bit about it, I get it. But sometimes it still don't make sense to me.
It just depends on like kind of like what you're looking like for. Like when I'm looking like as far as like what I've learned from it, when I'm looking into NFTs, like I spend like an hour a day looking at like different ones. So I'm always looking at like what the utility, like what can this NFT provide for me, like what value, like is it gonna provide for me in like the long term, the long run? Because a lot of people would just kind of just want one and then just kind of be able to kind of just sell it back to somebody else.
Because most people when they think of NFT, they think about the profit you can make.
Yeah,
they don't really
and you definitely can make quite a lot of profit on it. But like I'm trying to really reap the benefits of an NFT that that I decided to get my hands on. So that's definitely a goal of mine for sure this year, is to definitely purchase 1, maybe 2 NFTs for this year.
Yep.
Okay.
True that.
I guess to end it out, man, I guess one of my goals is just to really just. So I'm going to speak into existence. I'm going to say that this is going to be the best year of my life, but the only way that's going to happen is if this is the best year of my life spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So I really just got to like just take in and hone in, just working on, building that bond with, with Christ, and just really just getting closer to Him by any means, but whether that's just going through, fasting or just reading books and just praying more, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? I just really want to get closer to Him, and just whatever He has in store for me, I'm ready to do that. So I think that's my forever goal. But this year I really want to just like make it a point to stay disciplined and, waking up early, praying first, you know what I'm saying, and just really just being fed spiritually, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so, that's
that's even made me remember one of my goals is definitely, I'm not a big reader, but I definitely want to get through at least 5 books this year.
That's a good goal.
People can get through more, but I'm not a big reader.
Yeah, so I've set the same kind of goal this year. Like I've made a pact where I'm gonna like 12 books this calendar year. So I'm already exactly. I've already finished 2 right now. I'm ready to start the next book March 1st.
Oh, you on a roll. Oh, so you finished the book that I think I seen. What's it called?
The Subtle Art of Not Giving
Not giving a flying F.
Yep. I definitely finished that.
I got the audio.
Yeah, just finished that last week. Yeah,
I got the audible.
Oh, that's.
I know you said on your Twitter
That
there's
is
like a lot of like hidden gems in there.
There's a lot of gems in there for sure.
That's dope.
So definitely, it's definitely a read that I think everybody should.
Yeah, because with me, I keep jumping from book to book to book, so I never,
way, bro. I can't.
So I never finish one. So I gotta
be the same way.
Because I'm reading The Alchemist right now, and then I'm reading.
I heard about that.
I'm reading. That's a good book.
I heard it was a good book. I gotta
so I'm reading that right now, and then I'm reading another one. So it's like I gotta finish one, then jump to the other one. But
yep.
Okay.
Sometimes it be hard.
So I'll let Killer go first. Just describe this year. Like, what is the word of the year that you're just going by? I know you guys flew around words like, I know Akila said, Devin said consistency. I know Akila said a couple words, but what's that one word that you're like, you know what, this is like the word of the year?
Connect.
So
Definitely building.
Right?
Oh, just not just that, but just also like in general, just connecting to people, like just connecting either whether it's like work related or if it's just on a personal level. Like I just want to connect with as many people, just kind of just learn people's story, kind of just see, how people are, how they think, how they move, like what are they into, what are they not into, like maybe something that they say, could probably help me with what I'm trying to do with building my brand. Yep. So definitely just connecting with like everybody, any and anybody.
Yeah. So what about you, Dev?
Man, I was jumping around a lot of words, but I'm gonna have to go back to that consistency, man. Consistency is really big.
Elaborate, bro.
I was gonna say prosperity, but if I'm thinking of this year, consistency, because I'm not really consistent most of the time. So if I can stay consistent and just keep going.
What are some tools that can help you stay consistent?
Not sleeping. So I would say it's not a tool.
I mean, it's not a tool. You can't. I mean, you don't have to say like not sleeping because everybody needs to sleep.
Listen,
but like,
you
take more time.
I don't know, but if y'all know me, I can sleep. Trey knows.
Yeah.
You're talking like taking like midday naps or so.
Man.
Yes, that.
That's
so you're just gonna be
a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice my naps.
So as opposed to sleeping, you'll be trading or doing something else to work on your craft.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I can't be going to sleep. Like I can't be taking my naps like I can't do that no more.
I feel you. Hey, man,
it's gonna be a detriment to
my.
I
believe in both of y'all.
my goals.
I believe in both of y'all, but I think my word of the year is. So I'm gonna tell you a very short story. So last year, my word of the year was results, right? And I was like, you know what, God, I need results. I need to like just whatever. Like I need everything flourishing. I want everything that I touch to just turn to gold, right? But then God spoke to me. He was like, yo, Trey, like, cool it for a minute. Like, you skipped a step. Chill out. Chill out. So he was like, yo. So God was basically like, he whispered in my ear. Was like, yo, in order to get results, you're going to have to build a routine. And I was like,
it's consistency.
What you talking about? Exactly. And it goes with consistency. So routine is basically the word of the year. He said,
I like that.
And God's just really been speaking to me like, yo, like you can't get the results until you change your routine. If you are doing one thing and expecting another, that's just it's not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? So build a good foundational routine to get the results that you want. If you want the results of a good marriage, your routine has to be spend time with Corey, plan a date night. You know what I'm saying? Just doing those things. You know what I'm saying? Playing your video games or hanging out with the boys is not going to give you the result of, that. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, man, that's pretty much my word, man. Just routine. And so, I'm proud of it. So that's why I'm sticking to it. But
you already know, man.
The moment of truth awaits. Like I said, y'all, this is EP3, and this is called "Nobody Wins When the Family Feuds." Shout out Jay-Z.
You already know, man. You already know.
So,
let's get active. Let's get into it.
So, I guess the first question, man. So, let's discuss some family traditions, either cultural or spiritual, either or, that you guys abide by. What are some traditions that you guys like follow? That you guys, you know what? I'm gonna take this on to the next generation and follow this tradition. Like, what's a good tradition?
I'll go. So,
you go like 2 or 3. Whatever.
Definitely. I was talking to my family this weekend, discussing like what we're gonna be talking about.
Oh, you did some homework,
and
man.
So a big tradition that we have is we really big on family, and that's like the biggest one of all. Because I know family can, sometimes everybody grows up differently.
Right.
Everybody's different, but ours is we're really high tuned on family and staying together. And that's one big tradition that we hold.
Bro, you know what I like about your family? every time I come over there, your parents are sitting at the table together eating.
That's another one.
That right there.
That's another one.
That sounds like a dish.
That
may be small, but that is.
Do all of you sit at the table?
All of them.
See, that's a good family tradition right there.
That's another
one. Mom, dad, everybody's at the table. No TV in sight. Like they just.
Yo, even like on holidays, everybody always eating. I know it's natural, but
that's dope.
We all always eating at the table. So
yeah,
that was another tradition.
But look at you guys' like relationship. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just so tight and bond. Y'all got that like almost like that Fresh Prince type family. Like it's very like you know very connecting and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually a good example. Yeah, we are always sitting at the table eating all the time. So that's actually another tradition. Yeah. And then for spiritually, we're very in tune with church.
Right.
Jesus and God is heavy in my family. I grew up in the church, so it's like I've been in it my whole life since born. So that's another big thing that's with tradition as well.
Mess with that. Kilo, what about you, man? What are some traditions that you abide by?
I definitely love like our tradition where like Easter and Thanksgiving. So it's changed quite over the last few years, but maybe like one calendar year we'll either have like Easter and Thanksgiving, say at like my house, and then the next calendar year it'll be at my aunt's house. Or sometimes it may like switch off, but most of the times everybody will bring who's coming to either house, they bring their one dish, and we eat, we just have fun, we watch like videos, like family videos, you may like look through like old photos and stuff like that, so we just have a good time. And then another tradition, like now that we've actually started, the immediate family, so me, my brother, my mom, and my sister, our Christmas tradition. So like what it is, as children, the first thing when you get up, you're running downstairs to open the presents. But now we've kind of put that at the end of our day now. So now like now that we're older, we're all in like our 20s now. So like we're just it's not going about like our day. So like
sometimes you're saying Christmas is for the kids.
Yeah.
Or holidays in general.
So like now we just kind of just go about our day, and then like, Mom, she cooks like Christmas dinner, so then we'll all eat Christmas dinner, and then after Christmas dinner, then we will all go to the tree and open up our gifts and stuff like that. So by that time, it's like 6-7 p.m. at night. So
exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. So, in terms of my like family traditions, Christmas, and I don't know about you guys, but we open our Christmas gifts on New Year's. On Christmas Eve. Now, why we do that, I don't know. Like, we literally wait until like 11 o'clock at night, and then we open them until like it takes until midnight. But my thing is, our tradition is like we'll save like the big presents. Like, say if I got a new phone, we'll save that for Christmas morning.
Right.
Like, the little small ones. If I got like a new video game or a necklace or something like that, like that's Christmas Eve. Because me and my sisters, we would be like, "Yo, Dad, come on, stop playing. Like, let's open it. Let me do that right there." You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my dad, he'll give in, like, "Man, go ahead and open that, man. Go ahead."
So you just allowed to open just like one,
just like one or two, and then 3, and then 4, and then one more. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of our. But the big ones, like if it's like a phone or like a brand new watch or something, we're saving that for later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But another tradition was like kind of more tying to Devin, like is prayer. Before every meal, we prayed. Before anything we did, we really prayed. Even and I just thought about this, a really good tradition that we had whenever we visited a family member. Like say like we went to go visit my grandmother. We would pray before we left. You know what I'm saying? I always kind of admire that, you know what I'm saying? Just to, just how like faith-based especially my father, how my family was, you know what I'm saying? So that's something I would love to take.
Definitely understand that because,
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely been that my whole life.
Y'all ready to get messy?
Man, we can get messy. We can get messy.
Y'all ready to get messy?
We can get
so
messy.
What are some family traditions that you be like, man, if this don't stop now, like someone's going to get, like, you know what I'm saying? What don't you guys agree with? Like what you got there?
Honestly, I've grew up a good life. I really don't oppose no traditions that I can say that I'm opposed to. There's really nothing. Because like I haven't really I didn't really go through any struggles. I am not gonna hold
That's
you.
That's okay to say.
Maybe I'm sheltered, but
I very much agree with you. I literally have the same exact answer. Like, there's no traditions that I would say that I've seen like my parents, my mother didn't force anything on us. Like she was like, yeah, you guys need to do this the rest of your life. Like the only thing that my mother emphasizes with us is yes, family is big for her. But of all things that she wants us, like the one lesson that she wants us to like take to the grave with us is just making sure that we take care of each other.
Exactly.
That's the only thing that she really like when I'm gone, like make sure you are taking care of each other.
That's what my dad say, but
so
my dad
as far
says
as like
that.
traditions, like there's not like any like heavy traditions that I would like
disagree with.
Change, or like disagree with. Like,
y'all mind if
my mother doesn't force anything on us.
Y'all mind if I say something controversial?
Absolutely. Let's get it. Let's get active. Let's get active.
So the whole notion. Okay, you know what? Let's put it on record. This is not catered to just my family. This is just family traditions in general. What I do not agree with is the saying family comes first. Now wait, don't jump on my neck. I'm elaborate. Family to me, now this is all my opinion, and you guys can give y'all 2 cents if y'all want.
In the comments, let's get it. Let's get crazy in the comments.
So family does not come first. Why, Trayvon? I'm glad you asked. Because, and I said this, I think I said this episode 1 with Values and Principles. I just believe that you should come first, because how can I, if I'm empty, pour into somebody else? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Devin should come first, Akila should come first, and Trayvon should come first. And then whatever is left over goes out into our family, and then our friends, and then our careers and jobs, and that's what it should be like. So I just feel like it's a very, it could turn into a very toxic trait if we are sacrificing so much that we're not even having time to love ourselves and to, really cater to ourselves. Because, Devin, the word says, love your neighbor as what?
As yourself.
As yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you cannot pour into somebody if you're empty. And that's it. I don't know. I just feel like, but the reason why, so let's talk about that a little bit. So the whole and that kind of ties into playing that family card. Well, I said so because I'm your mom. You don't listen to me because I'm your dad or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're playing that family card. Like, what you mean? I feel like as a young child, I would get in trouble for asking questions, or that would come off as disrespect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talking back. Just because I'm expressing myself doesn't mean I'm disrespecting.
Yeah, especially sometimes they'll play that young card. I'm the
young,
adult.
Get up out of here. Grown folks are talking. What you talking about? Why are you guys talking about inappropriate stuff that I can't listen to? I just don't want to bring that into my family. You know what I'm saying? If my kid's saying, what are we honestly? What are we talking about that kids can't hear?
And sometimes kids can bring a lot of perspective into it.
I feel like kids are very
I agree with that. Things that's going on.
And I'm never, because I remember all the time I would walk into the room, my dad would be like, Trayvon, get up out of here. You see grown folks talking. And I'm like, but what are you guys talking about? I
can't hear.
You know what I'm saying? So I just don't necessarily agree with that. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't do that.
Maybe it's just this young ears to hear what we talking about.
Yeah. And
that's almost just sheltering your
kids. Can I get messy again?
Oh yeah.
Respecting your elders.
You don't think you should?
So hold on. I know. I see Devin turn red. He saw that kilo.
Respecting the elders.
Hold on. Let me.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not saying disrespect your elders.
Are you black and white on this? Before you go into it, are you black and white on this?
Yes.
Are you black and white on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a gray area guy, so let's go ahead.
All right. So listen. Respecting your elders, to me, should not exist, because again, like Devin said,
I see what you're saying.
Like Devin said, he just said, just because you're older doesn't mean I not have to respect you. Respect is earned. If you respect me, grandma, grandpa, whatever, I'm going to respect you. But if grandma is out here wilding,
getting crazy and
disrespecting young me, stop it. I'm not respecting you.
Facts.
Now, does that mean I'm going to go out of my way to call you names and completely disrespect you? No, I'm just going to keep my distance and set that boundary. But that's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna.
That's very
just
true.
Because you're older than me, that does not mean you get instant respect. That's just not gonna happen.
I think I do think respect should be earned.
Yeah. What's your
wholeheartedly? Respect should be earned.
It's definitely not I don't think it's demanded. Definitely you shouldn't have to feel like you demand respect as an older person.
A lot of families do though. Respect your grandma.
I'm saying I'm saying you shouldn't have to demand. As long as you show it to me, that's what it will be reciprocated.
Exactly.
So if it isn't,
I agree.
shown, then I don't feel the need to.
So I mean, it shouldn't be earned. Then it should just be a given. in a way.
What you mean?
Because like if you're earning it, that means you have to earn to be respected.
I never felt like that
others,
saying right there that you have to respect is earned. Like it's one like I don't believe that. I don't believe that respect needs to be earned because when I meet you, I need to introduce myself, and I'm not going to come up to you and spit in your face and say some like disrespectful type of stuff. You know, like if I've never met you before, like I'm going to show you the proper respect.
Exactly.
I'm not
until it's it goes.
I feel like
sideways.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the only way that you need to earn somebody's respect is if you do something that's like out of pocket.
Yeah, then
and it's like okay, now you gotta earn my respect, you gotta earn my trust, you gotta earn
exactly.
Yeah,
right. The minute you change
that's I think that's the only scenario where you need to, or the only context where you need to earn respect. But off rip, like as far as like elders, like as long as you show it, I reciprocate.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because you're older than me, you may have like I guess like a little wiser and have some years on me, but
that doesn't mean anything.
Yo, and it's crazy. They always say the older you get, the wiser you are. That's not true because there's a lot of older folks that aren't wise at all. And I think a lot of people also they confuse wisdom with knowledge and education. Knowledge and education does not mean you're wise.
I agree with that. That doesn't mean knowledgeable.
You just even education, you're just book smart. I don't mean you're wise.
Smart, right.
There's a lot of book smart people that have no common sense, and common sense ain't common. So
no, it's not.
That's a big thing right there.
That's a bar.
So you already
talking a little bit.
So you already know. Wisdom definitely comes through experience, and obviously the knowledge, of course, but it has to add on with experience.
And so like like how we have like OGs and stuff like that, like guys that we like look up to as like mentors and stuff like that. Like I think as far as like people like that, I think what they should be doing is not feeling like they need to talk down on us because of what they experienced and say, nah, you shouldn't do it that way. Because I wouldn't want to tell anybody, nah, you shouldn't do it that. I'll share my experience with you, and then however you choose to go about it, you take your route and go about it. But I just want to put you up on game on what it is I did, what I experienced, and how I possibly may have
and you can
how
you
it
can
would
take
have changed
that
situation,
and then make changes, like adjust around it
instead of just like
following
getting down on somebody,
make sure,
like saying don't do it that way, don't do it that way. What you're doing is the wrong way, especially telling somebody younger than them that this is the wrong way. Like we're in different times now. Yeah, exactly. This is a different generation.
And that ties into what I was gonna say. We have to be like our mentors, who we look to as like people who are who are older than us. Make sure they're being progressive with the times. With the times. What happened back there isn't necessarily gonna like for instance, like my father is a like go get it type of guy. Like if you want to go job, go out and get it. And he literally had me on American Legion Highway going to every single store, looking for a job. And in the midst of it, I'm like, Dad, get with the program. I'm sorry. Like there's an application online. I don't need to go in store. This isn't the 70s anymore, where I can be like, hey, manager, can I get a job, please? Like that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I understand what he was saying, and I get it. But you just got to understand, like, listen, like we have to just be progressive as. When we look to our elders and our OGs and our mentors and our big bros, whatever, we have to make sure that they are being progressive with the times.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because then if they are progressive, they won't say stuff like Akila just said about, it didn't work for me back then, so you shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's not true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just my biggest thing. But
that's very true.
But my next thing is, man, talk to us about how you will raise your family.
Well, if I am fortunate enough to have a family at some point, like how my mother raised me, my parents raised me, like they were never super like hard. Like obviously, like they're they're from the Caribbean. They're born and raised in the Caribbean, so like their punishment, obviously, we get the beatings if we do wrong. But my mother, she never forced anything on us. Like my mother's always allowed us to just kind of just grow and try things out. Like most parents will they want their kid in like one specific sport, so they want their kid to stick to that sport. My mother never ever once tried to force a sport on us or force us to do it in any activity. Like if we wanted to try it, she'll sign us up and let us try it. If we wanted to quit, she was like, well, you can't quit yet until you finish the entire year. So you can't get out of it until it was that. Dang. So like that's something like for myself, like I want to be able to carry that over if I'm if I have children or so, don't want to force anything on them. Like I would I very much allow them to be butterflies. Like, yo,
Right.
just try these things out. You don't like it, cool, move on to the next thing.
Yep.
But never forcing anything and feeling like they have to be, feeling pressure, feeling like, I'm always on their back about trying to, be the best at something. Like, obviously I want them to give their best, but I don't want them to feel like I'm counting on them for this, for something to work out for us. Like, I want to give them that room to grow and kind of just flourish and kind of just see what's out there for them.
Yeah.
So.
All right, cool. We're going to take a little break right now, man, and then we'll be back. Gang, gang! All right, y'all. Welcome back. Yeah, man. So, Dev, we're gonna start off with you again. Just tell us exactly how you want to raise your family, and what traditions are you gonna bring, from your parents to to your kids.
Honestly, I am exactly with Akila, so I wouldn't really change much in the traditions I have. I'm big on family as well, so I'm definitely gonna follow with the with the routine of traditions.
Right.
Yeah, there's really nothing I would change. I would definitely want my kids to definitely do exactly literally the same thing you said is literally the same. Cause the same things. It's kind of crazy how that all falls in place. Like our families was literally like the same. So there's really nothing I would change at all. The most I would change is probably. For when it comes to spirituality, it's a lot of things. My viewpoints have changed over the years, and I'm not so heavy on having to be in church to believe in God. Because I know a lot of people, they have to I've been in church my whole life, but I'm saying I don't think you have to be in church to believe and follow the word of God. In my opinion,
my mother definitely kept us in church for quite some time. Like we were heavy duty, involved in church. Like I was in youth groups.
Yep, same
every
here.
Saturday.
Same
until
here.
At least I want to say, oh my gosh, maybe until I got to high school.
I went to conventions, assemblies.
Yeah,
I've been
concerts and
everywhere in church.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, so definitely. And then kind of as I went throughout high school, I would still go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
But then it kind of slowed down once I got into college because now I was away. So the only time I would really go was when I came home. So most of the time it would either just be for Christmas and possibly Easter.
Right.
Maybe.
Because I wouldn't want to be heavy the way I was. I was in church heavy.
Oh, yeah,
I wouldn't want that. I would just be just Sundays or if you have a little Bible study, I'll do that. But the way I was in church, I wouldn't want to put that on my kids because that's kind of nuts. Honestly,
I mean, I would
it's not a bad
children
thing.
I would definitely want them to experience it, but I wouldn't want to force it on them.
Force it where they have to go. Because there was times where I'm trying to be out and
to me,
they just chatting.
I get it. But to me, I feel like the church is kind of like a gym. You know what I'm saying? You can get you're gonna get stronger if you go to the right church. You know what I'm saying? But can you still be fit without the gym? Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you find that right church and that right home, you'll get that, the spiritual just guidance that you need. You know what I'm saying?
And then certain viewpoints where they grew up. My parents was very flexible. They wasn't on how the old folks was in church where you had to wear a suit. You have to wear a suit, how the girls can't, have tattoos, earrings, different weird stuff. Yeah. My parents was never on that wave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely follow those suits and not those suits, but follow those the way they did it. I'll do the same thing. I just wouldn't force my kids where we in church freaking Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. I wouldn't do all that. You know what I'm saying? Go enjoy life instead of being in church all the time. Yeah. So I mean, I definitely want them in church though, for sure. That's just me.
I think what we get messed up is a lot of people who grew up in church is that we're in church so much and confined in these four walls that we're not outreaching to people outside.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When Jesus was here on earth, he wasn't in the synagogues just preaching. He was out in the deserts healing people and out near the water, out near the farms, and he was out here doing community service. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like just be very careful. I'm gonna be very careful, teaching my kids, yes, be in these four walls, fellowship with people, get connections, network, do what you gotta do. But outside of here, what are you doing? Like, who are you? You know
Right,
like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
who are you outside? Yeah, because sometimes people switch up. They're one way inside the church, and then when they come out, totally different person.
Exactly. Church isn't a building. You know what I'm saying? Church can be like wherever you are.
Church is the people.
Church is the people, exactly. Like, church can be in this room right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, you know, Jesus never limited us to what church is. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think a lot of old folks got it effed up.
I think a lot of the older generations they're more so worshiping the building as opposed to like
exactly
Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about the building. Yes, the building is fine. It's a great tool, like the gym. You know, it's a great thing, but you can be fit somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like just.
And it's like be yourself. Like some people, you know, I met some people along the way where they're so holy, where it's like. It's like you can't do certain it's like you'll be afraid to do certain things around them.
The scripture says
too holy
for earthly good.
Yeah, it's like
my father always
heavy
said
duty
that
church guys over here.
Right. No, you just never want to be like so again like the scripture says so holy that you're missing out on what's good here on earth.
Like
you know
because like I feel like some people be so holy that they're so lost in like what the real world is. Like they're so lost to reality. Like it's like it's like come on, bro. It's like that's what makes people kind of fall back from church. They see who you are, like, ooh, I don't.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm not trying to really mess with all that because you wilding. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the part too. And I wish I can like tell people like, listen, like when you are getting introduced to church or you're new out of church, don't look at the people necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no such thing as a perfect church because it's made by imperfect people.
Exactly.
But look at just their like we talked about last time. Like look at their values and their principles and what they're really trying to get. Like Corey is like really big on finding a church that is out here trying to find social justice. Who's out here like my church, Fellowship Christian Church. What I liked about them is that they didn't just stay in these four walls. Every once a year they had a whole. It's called a community fun day. It was held in Hyde Park. They had the bouncy house for the kids. All these games, free concert. Thousands of burgers, thousands of hot dogs, all free.
Right.
For anybody. If you're walking past Hyde Park and you see them, hey, you, come here. This is for you. Come get a burger. Right. A homeless guy walked there, hey, take all of these. This is yours. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of impact.
It's a lot of fake people, so it's like, kind of want to.
That's everywhere.
Kind of want to just.
Bro, can I tell you, tell me why I was in church. This dude, it's the end of service. This dude's going to tell me. The Holy Spirit told me to tell you that you're not supposed to be wearing earrings. I said, if you don't get out my...
You know what I'm saying?
I told
like
my pops...
They be bugging.
I told my pops, he was like, yo, what? Where's he at? Who told you that? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's up.
Because I could tell you a story. I remember one time...
Talk to me.
I went to... My dad, we would go to men's retreat where it's like, men's and, we in church and stuff. And... I'm not the type of person some people catch the Holy Ghost. They like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They go wild,
in like those Baptist churches, those
on the floor, carrying on.
Church
so I remember, he's praying for me, and he expect me to go going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not me.
Right.
So and he thought oh, if you're not doing that, then
Devin's broken.
Yeah, literally. That's
work.
literally. So he's talking to my dad about that, and he's like, yo, Devin is just not like that, so I don't know why you would think.
I'm glad your dad stuck up for you.
I don't know why you would think
I'm glad
that
your dad stuck up
it's
for you.
like.
Yeah, shout out.
I'm saying church folks.
Papa Foy.
I understand y'all, because church folks they be wilding, but it's like if you there's still some good people, and if you don't just stay down to earth and realistic, you know what I'm saying? It's like we all human. We're not perfect, but they try to be perfect.
Yeah.
And pay attention to that passage. We heard some stories.
And I'm gonna tell my kids this to bring it all together. Telling my kids and my family, listen, we are not, just because we consider ourselves as believers of Christ does not mean that we are perfect. That actually means the complete opposite. It just means that we are going through life with a purpose. We have a follower, and that we're just abiding by His law, His rules, and then it is what it is. Because it's very dangerous to operate in this world without Christ on your side. If you are out here just free balling,
I believe that too.
I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying. If you out here not Christ up,
I feel like
I
believe find God.
It's slow for you. It is.
I agree with Kanye.
You know
find God.
And I don't want to pressure anybody who doesn't believe in Christ. To each his own. But
it's just that's just our opinion.
Right.
Opinion.
To answer the question though, how I would raise my family, and this is something that me and Corey talked about. It was basically I want to teach my kids how to express themselves. Because me as a youngin', I wasn't able to Because again, me expressing myself or giving my opinion meant talking back. So you're disrespectful, stop talking, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My parents never said shut up, but that was
Yeah.
that was like molded in my head. But my thing is, my kids, I want my kids to be able to like communicate with me like very, very like just with comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just want them to be able to say, hey, Dad, I like this girl or boy at school, and you know, how should I go about this? You know what I'm saying? I want to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to, like, you know, because, and I told Corey this, you know, I snuck around sometimes, like having, you know, some friends over that shouldn't be over my house. But I just never.
I
think it was just only because, like, one, like, again, like I'm no parent, so I'm assuming it just probably has to do with just the fact that maybe the parent didn't allow their child to kind of feel that kind of like level of like comfort and like, all right, I feel comfortable to you know, tell you something like that. Like if I'm talking to a girl, do I feel comfortable to talk to my dad?
Yeah, and I want to I just want to
know?
make sure, like, yo, like you can talk to me, like I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt, like please, like talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can give them,
you know what I'm saying? I want it to be like, and you know, my dad did a really good job. Like he's caught me with like friends over the house who shouldn't have been there. He didn't like yell at me or get mad at me. He just, you know, we'll talk about it afterwards. But and I want to kind of bring that to the same thing with my kids and be like, yo, let's say Trayvon Jr. Yo, Trey, like, how come you had her over the house? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. Why did you feel like you have to sneak? Like, what are you afraid of? That would, like, is it because you were gonna have sex, or what are you afraid of? Like that you didn't want to get caught, and then okay, Dad, yeah, I'm afraid. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get you know, caught for doing sex. We was talking about it. Okay, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, son, why is having sex bad? And then now we're having a conversation. Now he's more comfortable.
Just
now
an uncomfortable conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, I'm not like you're not in trouble. And my dad did a really good job of saying stuff like he made sure, Trayvon, you're in trouble, or Trayvon, we could talk now. You're not in trouble. Just be open. It's father son time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciated stuff like that. And I want to be able to be like, yo, father daughter time, father son time. Like, yo, like, let's talk. Like, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly how you're feeling. Like, let's talk.
Yeah, you want them to feel comfortable talking to you. You know.
Yes, and expressing yourself is not disrespect. Now you're not gonna come out here and just go like talk to me crazy. You're gonna talk to me with some respect.
Yeah, still have
but
respect.
And Corey like did a really good job of this. Like she said, like if my kids have to express themselves at an appropriate time, like say for instance, if my kid is mad, my child's mad, you have to understand, like, don't blur out you being mad at school. Wait till you get home and say, you know what, Dad, I'm angry.
Yeah.
That's an appropriate time. Let's talk. This is a safe place. This home is a safe place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I want them to know at an early age, yes, you can express yourself, but do it at an appropriate time. Don't blurt out and start tossing chairs in school. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. But come here, talk to me. If you're mad, say what's up, you know what I'm saying? But that's really it, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely want to give my kids, 'cause, you know, parents always say, you know, they're trying to, you know, they're trying to give their kids a better lifestyle than they had, or you know, do better what they did. I'm trying to do the same exact thing, just even better, you know. So I'm big on, like, you know, I was very fortunate enough to be able to see a lot of places, you know, very young. But I want to do the same thing. I want to
travel.
I want to travel with my kids. That's one thing I want to do. Be able to travel with my kids and see the world. You know.
Okay.
I feel like that's very important.
Right.
A lot of things that a lot of people
love to have the luxury to take my children everywhere.
Same.
You know, so that's one thing I'm definitely fortunate want to do.
Help get them.
Yeah, that's why we got to put that grind.
Put that grind in now. Put that work in.
Now another part, I guess, like I really want my kids, and I'm gonna make sure I express to, you know, our children, be passionate on your beliefs. Don't be afraid of what you believe in. Always stand up for what you believe in. And even if, and I'm gonna get a little messy again. Okay, sorry. Even if I do not agree with your beliefs, be passionate about your beliefs. Okay, my job is not to make you believe a certain thing. My job is to support you in whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. I like the analogy of a bird in a nest. It is not the mama's bird's job to pick up that bird and then help it fly. No, like, go out and do your thing. Like, it's gonna drop. Go out and do it. I'm gonna support you in this nest.
Right, okay, you're your own person.
When it's time to go, you crack the egg and you grown up. Bye. The world's yours. You know what I'm saying? Come back when you want to come back.
Right.
And I want to make sure wherever my kids' beliefs are, make sure and they're passionate about it, I will make sure that I will support them through it all. I don't care what it is. I will make sure I am supporting them through it all. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, man, for real. So,
yeah,
that's most definitely,
I definitely
how
agree
we've
with that.
kind of like developed now. Like we've all become a little bit more expressive with ourselves, especially like my sister. She's very like outspoken and just like she stands firm on a lot of, like, no, you believe my mother, like my sister, she will rip you apart. Like she stands firm on a lot of her stuff. My brother's really become like that also. Like he's standing firm on a lot of his stuff. I've become better with it over time, but they've definitely beat me to it. Like my sister most definitely has beat the both of us to
That's
it.
crazy
Like
you said that. I think my little sister as well. She's learning how to say no before I learned how to say no. She's at how old is she? 15? She's learning how to say no to people, and I had trouble saying no at 15. But I'm learning it as a 27-year-old. I'm like, Trinice, like you're doing your thing, yo. Like keep on expressing yourself. Don't be disrespectful. You can express yourself without talking back or being disrespectful, but just keep on doing what you're doing in a respectful way. And but the thing is, my sister and Trinice and my dad have a really close relationship. But Trinice is really expressive, and she's really like saying her opinions and just very outspoken. And I feel like I couldn't have done that at a young age, but it's just good to see that, my dad is allowing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so my dad is being very, very progressive. Our parents, they're very old school. They have that one-way mentality.
That boomer.
And I'm just really glad that my father is being progressive and allowing me to be outspoken, to speak my truth, and to allow, just as kids, just to speak, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that.
Another thing is I'm heavy on like the traditional marriage and, have children. I really don't like how the fathers are not in the children's lives today. So it's like I'm heavy on. I'm definitely gonna be.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Be in my kids' lives and be active.
Yeah, you're gonna be active. For sure.
But sometimes it's like there will be dads. And
talk about it, bro.
They may
messy right now.
They may live there, but they still ain't active in their kids' lives.
Absolutely.
So it's like
I feel like you're holding back, Dev. Go ahead.
Oh no!
I feel it. Like, talk about these bums. You know, talk
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it. I don't mean to say bums, but
they bums.
No, sometimes it's just bad circumstance that can't be there.
Nah, they bums. You gotta blame both. But it's like it's like man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to see how the world's going.
Yeah,
it's going. A lot of things is going backwards, in my opinion.
To say that, man, I just want to say shout out to my dad because he came up here.
Shout out to my dad.
He's from North Carolina.
Facts.
He's from North Carolina. Obviously, did the thing. My mom got me, but then my mom came up here to Boston. My dad was at North Carolina until I was about 2, 3-ish, whatever. But he could have stayed in North Carolina. He could have been like, man, forget that, man. I ain't taking care of no kid. But he was like, nah, I'm going to leave everything behind. I'm going to move up north. You know what I'm saying? And there was a complete shift in his paradigm. And that happened. So I wanted to say shout out, Dad. Love you. Hope you're watching this. Gang.
Love you too, Pops. You a real one. You a real one for sure.
Real one. And then, you know what else I'm going to do for my kids, y'all? And you know what else I think we got to start doing? Speaking life into them. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like really like telling my kids like, yo, you're going to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put in the work, you are going to be successful. You can do whatever it is on this God green earth to do so.
And do it. You know what's crazy? I heard I don't remember where I heard this from, but I remember
What do you mean then?
I remember someone saying, cuz you know how some parents would say, and it's a controversial thing, it's a black and white thing. You know how they'll say you have to work harder as a black man, you have to work harder and outpace. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't I wouldn't want to express that on my kids where it's like they feel like if they're in a setting that they have to work harder because they're the color of their skin. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I don't really like that. I would never express that on my kids.
Yeah, of course we don't want to express it, but that is the reality of it.
That is a reality.
It's something we can't do anything about that. Like
that's just how it is.
Whether you don't want to speak life into, you don't want to speak it to them. Like,
tell us, because I'm on the same page with the kids.
That's something we can't control.
I feel like if you do that, they're automatically gonna think like, okay, because it's this person, they have to work hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to work hard regardless, but they think, oh, because this is white man, I have to work harder. I don't want you to feel like that.
Yeah, I totally get that. But I totally get that. But again, like we all know that we see it every day. Like in the workplace, we see it in sports. Yeah. Like it's something that we are not ever going to be ahead of the curve. We are always going to be a step behind. As long as
if we are not with ourselves and we're operating in those type of environments, whether it's in the workforce or sports or whatever it may be, we're already behind. Right. So we have to work harder to get in front, or at least be on the same level.
But sometimes that's not even a corporate sense too. That's only in a corporate sense if you think about it.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like
sports too.
I don't even believe in these jobs already. So it's like
I'm gonna challenge you on that because I believe the same thing with like how we operate in life with us and police officers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The same situation there. Pull a white man over, I guarantee he's not gonna probably get any lip. Right. He'll probably be all right. You're off scot free. Pull one of us over. Mm-hmm. We're getting the third degree.
Right,
we're gonna go through a whole series of questions before we let go and
that's true.
All this other stuff. So like regardless, as much as you may want to speak positivity into your child about
definitely express reality. Definitely express reality.
It's going to happen.
Yeah,
like I can't. I don't even want to sit here in front and say that you're probably not gonna have to work harder than the white man over there.
I'm sorry, but
that's the reality of it.
My father had a conversation with me, like,
whether if I tell you or not.
My father had a conversation saying, like, yo, like, you are gonna have to. This is what you gotta do if you get pulled over. White families aren't. White families aren't having that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta live with that reality. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure both hands are on the steering wheel. If you get pulled over, already have your
your license,
registration, your license already out. Just put it there on the dashboard.
So you don't have to like reach or nothing.
You're not reaching for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just be calm, be respectful. Say sir, say ma'am. Just do whatever you gotta do. Get home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Get home. Don't get no. I don't care if you're in the wrong, if you're in the right. Come home. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta kiss up to them, so be it. Just come home.
Yeah, because a lot of people are so they so heavy on like trying to get crazy, and it's like you don't got to get crazy. True. Yeah. So.
And again, I get why they get crazy because they're in the right, but you just got to get home. You have to understand where you are. Like like I said before, like I just said, we're already behind. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we just
but it's like we're not behind.
What you mean?
We're not behind.
We're hella behind. What you talking about?
We're not behind as people. They're making it that we're behind.
Okay.
No, we're definitely behind as people.
Yeah, we're definitely behind as people.
You think we're just behind in general?
But
they've been keeping us behind.
So they've been keeping us behind, but we're not just behind in general.
Oh no, we don't own. We don't own the whole thing. We don't own probably barely anything. We don't own shit.
That's true. We have to work on that too.
But unless
we have to work on that community.
Unless we're here together and like coming together, then we don't have to like get ahead. We're all on the same level. Like right now, no one is above one another. This is like a black owned thing, and this is all us. You know what I'm saying? So there's no he doesn't have to feel like he has to get ahead to make this podcast work. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like because we're all here. We all have one goal. You know what I'm saying? And
when you work together as people, for sure, man. You definitely gotta work together.
For real. But we're gonna take a little break, man, and then just come back. You know?
Yeah.
On display. Welcome back, man. All on display. I think I got one last question to ask, and that is it okay? And I'll let Kayla go first. Is it okay to cut family off? And if so, why? And if not, why?
Most definitely, if you feel like family members definitely bring like toxic energy. Mm-hmm. If you definitely feel like a family member is just taking advantage of you, right? I definitely feel like it's most definitely okay with having to cut them off. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes just family members who just mooch off of you, like who just and they're not doing like their part. You know, some family members, they may stay with you and they're just not doing their part. Exactly. I've had a similar situation go on when with my immediate household. But yeah, most definitely. If you feel the need, like a family member isn't doing their part, or they just aren't. If they're messing with you psychologically, like if it's really causing like psychological harm to you, I most definitely like exactly. If they're disturbing your peace,
right,
move on from them.
Right.
Create that boundary.
But family, yes.
Completely agree with you. It is absolutely okay to cut family off because family can be very toxic, and sometimes you gotta give that little. Gotta move, gotta push, gotta move back a little bit because sometimes they be wilding. So it's definitely okay.
I just think that we need to normalize it. Just letting them know, like, hey, like we as humans are imperfect, and unfortunately, some of our families can hurt us, and they have the capability to disturb our peace. But I think it's up to us to really like set those boundaries with anyone. But in this topic, we're talking about family, and just letting them know, like, hey, like. But this is the thing about boundaries though, like. Boundaries isn't necessarily like a wall. You know what I'm saying? You're not like just having a wall. Yeah. When I talk about boundaries, and I went to like counseling for this. We describe it as it's a gate. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like say like if Akila has a boundary set up on his house, I can't just walk into his house. There's a gate in front of it. Yeah. Only he can allow me access to his house or his space, whatever. So that's what I feel like boundaries is that when you're ready to change your behavior, and with your changed behavior, then you could come back into my life, and then we can talk about something. We can have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I agree, man. Just cutting family off is sometimes needed.
Sometimes it sucks, but
it does suck.
Sometimes it's very needed. Yeah, you're right.
But it is needed because sometimes you're like, listen, such and such family, you're just not doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? You're going this way, I'm going that way, but that's okay.
You can try, and sometimes it still don't work out. So
yeah, have you guys ever like experienced that, like having to cut a family off?
Never cut. I haven't
not really.
Well, not me personally. I've had to cut anybody off, but like I said, I have a very kind of like similar situation where, we had a family member staying with us, and eventually after some time, we had to tell them they can't stay at the house anymore because it just one. I guess it was just more so like certain members were just feeling uncomfortable with what was going on. We weren't feeling like there wasn't much contributions being made. So it was time to just kind of have them. Like we're all still cool. It's just we had to move on.
Be great over there.
You had to find another space to stay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because I had a similar situation, but I never had to personally cut family off. But certain situation, family came in, and then they thought they ruled. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know why you would think that you're in charge when you're the one that's staying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't personally see it, but from conversations and being heard, I heard about it. So
no, I'm glad that.
But it's definitely okay because sometimes family can get real toxic.
Right. I'm just glad you guys are mature enough to see that, and to just I'm just glad that we're old enough now to be like, yo, listen, like I'm not gonna allow this anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. We have to normalize that. Like, not all family members gonna be on the same page with you, but that's okay. You go that way, I go this way, and we keep it pushing. No love lost. It's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just glad that I just hope that we can just stay strong throughout that, because like Devin said, like it is hard. Just having to set boundaries with families. You know what I'm saying? But in the long run, it is very, very crucial to do that, because you want to, again, like me and Akila was saying, you want to protect your peace. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, man, I think that's EP3.
EP3 wrapping up.
EP3 wrapping up.
That was dope.
All on display.
All on display, man. Y'all got anything else y'all wanna say, or
like, subscribe,
comment, all that good stuff. Please
go crazy. I don't remember what we said, but go crazy in the comments on whatever I said. Whatever we said, go crazy in the comments. I want to hear the feedback.
Thumbnail. Yeah. But all right, man. We signing off. That is it. All on Display podcast, EP3. Yeah, that's it, man.
Let's get it.
Bye.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Hey. Zoom in. Thank you. Play the music. All right,